Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at Rena versus Babysleek's Ace Full Camp Uncut from Street Woman Fighter Season 2. Now, I have a feeling that this was like these little battles that I'm starting to watch. We saw excerpts of the dancers in the uncut, unreleased crew battles that were released by Choom a couple weeks ago, but I did not have a chance to see these in comparison to each other, so I'm curious how that's gonna go. And yeah, enough of me talking, let's go ahead and take a look.
You guys ready? Let's go! Fight!
Yeah, so I've seen this before. Wow.
Four, three, two, one, switch.
Love your pocket in that. Oh, so they're dancing to the same song. Hey. Hey.
Over.
Nice. Okay, so I have seen each of them do their exact set separately when I was reacting to the crew uncut battles. So what I'll do is I can attach the time code of those videos in the description here, just so to make it easier for y'all if y'all want to hear if I said something different or if I had a different analysis to present when I watched the first time. You can also watch it there when my true reaction to this, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is like a super authentic reaction, because like I said, I've already seen this before,
you guys ready?
So I'm sorry about that, but it is nice to see them go one right after another instead of watching the entire crew. I don't know why I took a photo of that. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, going into this is so nice. How she sets this up. This is a very different pocket explored that she has, Babysleek, in comparison to what she's done before. Normally she has more old school tracks or tracks with an old school backbeat, and here this is more of a remix, right? So it's kind of more of a disadvantage to her in comparison to Rena, because she's more of a new school when it comes to the types of music that she is more in relation to, just by age and generationally, right? And so I think Babysleek does a great job, but also remember too, she's probably been the one that battled one of the most times, so she had the biggest disadvantage here. Just seeing these combinations, just see how stable she is and all of her transitions going to the floor coming up. And that's something I've noticed too, is that you want to have a wide range of levels that you demonstrate while switching the different layers. If you treat the song like it has levels, you want to hit all the levels physically, as well as you want me to hear those levels as a spectator. And that's your responsibility as dancers. You're the visual representation of music. And so I think Babysleek always does a fabulous job. Just the only downside is it stems from, because we see her more and more, there's less and less that she has to work with from her arsenal. Now, granted, her arsenal is pretty stout and pretty large in nature, but it gets less and less because we've already seen so much. And that's having battle stamina or having creativity stamina is a really important skill to have if you want to be a world-class battler. That's something from my analysis that I have looked at battlers all over the world, having conversations, exchanging with them, sessioning, ciphering. Those things are very important. That was really nice going into the double. I hadn't seen her do that in particular before outside from this set, which is really nice. And I love her threading there. It's all very clear and cohesive. We love seeing that. And how she chooses to mount the arms all the way down, and then she goes back down into the floor. So notice that she's being playful with the music and playful with her choices the entire time, which is really nice. Yeah, I love that she hits that rock with one shoulder and then switches the shoulder to the other side, because it does change the rock subtly, but it keeps the rhythm the same, which I love.
4, 3.
I love that. This little ending she does with the flip around. That's so fun. And then it goes over into Rena. And Rena, I love the fact that they're dancing to the same track. I really do. Because most battles that I've been to, or that I've worked, or that I've seen and experienced, they dance to the same track a lot of times. You know, if it's a 1v1, 2v2s, I would say like it's one person per side, and then they switch the song up, you know. But yeah, I do find it interesting, and I know a lot of people had that type of feedback of why are we having these dancers dance to different songs. I understand that these dancers come from different stylistic backgrounds. I understand that, which is why they may have made that choice, because they wanted to showcase the dancer in the best possible state of their music comprehension and how they best can present their craft to the audience. Remember, they want to showcase these are world-class dancers, which they are, but a lot of people are meeting a lot of these dancers for the first time through this show. Now, I've been fortunate enough to have been exposed to some of these dancers outside of the show, so I have quite a different expectation of what I'm looking for, because I too am also a dancer, and I know that we've already kind of figured that out, right? But I do like seeing these types of exchanges to the same track, because it really can showcase a dancer taking from an actual exchange, like what's happening here, and build upon it. Because honestly, I love what Rena did here. I love how strong she was, very stable. She was very clear in where she wanted to go. She hit a lot of parts of the music that were great, hitting some vibrations. Excuse me. But just having the switch through with the feet, like I really enjoyed this from her. Like she's making really great choices, just like I think I've mentioned before. I love her isolations and how she chooses to travel them from one point to another. Switches her postures. I will say the only part that looked a little shaky was kind of those pops that she was trying to hit with those legs. It caused her upper body and her stability to be just a slight tad bit off, and the only reason why I was able to notice it is because she was going up against somebody as stable as Babysleek, you know. So that's something really important to know. I love the fact that she went to the floor, and I love that she was building this and she went from small to big, and I do remember, I think I touched on that before. Yeah, so she's doing a great job. I will say she kind of bled out through that waving of the leg. Again, I think I saw that earlier. And I like her choices to kind of ride it out. It's really fun. Yeah, with the hits. Boom. So good. I love how she wrote that. Now, if I were to take a vote, I know there's a rematch, so I'm not gonna vote because I know it doesn't matter because they ended up doing a rematch. They were pretty even, which is very impressive. You know what I mean? Because you got somebody as stout as somebody from Wolflow going up against somebody from Soopakill. Soopakill's known as choreography more than freestyle. Wolflow is known as freestyle more than choreography. Where are we at? A battle. And a lot of times on 1v1, they're going to freestyle. The crew's more choreography. Duos is a mix of choreography and freestyle. So I kind of like having all three so people kind of get a taste of how all three a lot of times work. But even with crews, they were just a lot more choreographed in this show than whenever you do see a crew battle, normally it's the crew does a slight choreographic opening, just like in the 2v2s, and then one person breaks out to do their set. But of course it's TV, so they structure it how they do, and I think that's totally fine, and I love it, and I'm eating it all up. But let's just go ahead and get into the rematch, and then I can kind of give my feedback there, what happened there.
You guys ready?
Let's go.
Fight.
So old school track. Ooh! Wow! Wow!
4, 3.
Wow!
Yeah,
That was a great exchange! Oh, I love that. Okay, let's talk about it. That's a really big toss-up. And what a great tricky position to be in, right? I love it. It's always good whenever you can't decide. Sometimes that's a good thing, you know, because if both brought quality to the table, it makes it enjoyable. So I will say this, if whoever won, vote for me. Love that. I love that. 6, 7, 8. I love Rena's use of the no respect sticker falling off and really placating to that. I think that was a great start from her. Yeah. So something that we're noticing that I already said was going to be a huge risk. The more that you see somebody battle, the less they have to work with. I've already mentioned that. So Babysleek is really demonstrating similar pockets that she's already explored because you know the track that it is. It's more of an old school track, old school backbeat. She's doing old school rocks and bounces, which are mad authentic and mad relevant to what she's doing. But also, you have to take a look. We've already seen her like 4, 5, 6 times at this point. I'm assuming based on when this happened in the show. Eliminations have not happened. This is probably during the, this is like the ace battles, right? So probably near the first couple of episodes of shooting is when this took place. I'm going to assume it is before dance rank. It is before those types of things, right? And K-pop, because this was released a couple weeks ago, remember? So that's what I'm going to placate it off of. But she still battled a lot. So I genuinely don't know who they picked for this. I really like Rena's choices of she is going. You're able to see that she has, she's playing around with different parts of her music, but you do see that Babysleek is riding. It could be because of her outfit and it could be because of her fullness of movement. She is riding a very full groove a lot longer, and I wonder if that could factor into how this voting is going to affect it. She is using the floor, which is great, but also so does Rena. I will say, like, Rena, up until this point, she is hanging out in the midline as much, like, a lot more, and that could affect her, because remember, some judges like to take a vote right by in the middle, some wait till the tail end. I like to wait until the very end when I see both to kind of make a vote, because that's how I was personally trained to do it, and I do prefer that out of judges. But all in all, though, like, some judges do have an idea of who they're going to vote for at the beginning. It's just a verification of what they're watching, you know? And in some cases, I think that's okay, but in a lot of cases, it's just better somebody can prove you wrong, you know? Well, with Rena, she's really exploring different pockets, but they're staying isolated in the torso. But you see Babysleek, she's moving around, using the floor, so, like, she's really, you can tell she's very fluent in how to battle, right? Yeah, but Rena's riding some really great grooves here, you know? And then she goes to the floor, so watch what happens. She goes on top of her, and Rena takes full advantage of this opportunity, pulls back. That was so impressive from Rena there, you know. Doesn't give Babysleek the opportunity to, like, fully go out. But look, Babysleek was such a fan of that. They fed off of each other's energy so much, and honestly, this was probably one of the best battles that happened, in my humble opinion, because they danced to the same song, and then they rematched and they danced to the same song. So you got to see a true exchange here. And I love how they ended. It was very cordial. Man, okay. I know they voted someone. I don't know who they voted. Okay. Both did a phenomenal job. And that speaks volumes to both of them, right? If I were to pick, not by a huge margin, let me mind you that. I would say they probably picked Babysleek over Rena in this case because Babysleek, she used her levels, traveled around the space, went to the ground, came up. She did explore different pockets, even though a lot of what she was doing, her flavor or her style, we've already seen. Some of her variations were still different than what she had done before. Rena, I really think if she used her levels more, I think she could have taken it, in my perspective. Now, if she took this, that wouldn't surprise me either, because she made use of the no respect sticker. She also made use of what Babysleek did as she was coming on top of her. She used her body to really create and kept it going and made a really cool picture out of it, and I love that. I will say, all in all, both of them did a phenomenal job. If either of them got it, that's great to me. You know, if I were to pick out of the two, I probably would have picked Babysleek if I had the opportunity to watch it and then just kind of chop through and see and analyze it like this. That's would be why. But if I were just watching it in real time, there's a really good chance I would have picked Rena as well. You know, it really just kind of depends on how frequent we saw this, or at what point this happened and was filmed too, you know. So but anyway, that was mad impressive, and I freaking love that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful in some way. If you want to see more Street Woman Fighter content, I do have all of it on Patreon, and it does get released there first. So even if it takes a couple days to show up here and pop up on here on YouTube, as I record these, they do show up on Patreon. So if you want to get early access, it's a really good avenue to look at. Also, if you're one who wants to recommend certain things about Street Woman Fighter or other avenues that you really want me to take a look at and I just haven't gotten to, or I may not have in the plans and the works to react to it, I have a couple tiers that that you can invest in, and it will give me the opportunity to take a look at it from your recommendation. So those are a couple things that you can look at if you want to invest more, but also you're not missing out on much if you just want to hang out here on YouTube with me. But thank you guys again, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.